Today's question is, how do you access properties defined in property file? Spring Boot loads the configuration from sources like application.properties file and add it to the Spring environment, making them available for injection, binding, and programmatic access throughout the application. There are three ways to access this property. At the rate value annotation is useful when we need to inject an individual property. At the rate configuration properties is useful when we have a group of related properties. And environment API give us programming access to the configuration values at the runtime. Now let's look at this approach in more detail. Let's look at the at-the-rate value annotation. At-the-rate value annotation allows us to inject individual configuration properties directly into the field. In this example, insurance notification enabled is defined in the property file. Using at-the-rate value with the property placeholder, Spring inject that value into notification enabled field. This approach is simple and convenient when we need only few individual configuration values. For a group related properties, at-the-rate configuration properties provides a cleaner approach. Here both max coverage and default term year belongs to the insurance.policy configuration group. By defining the prefix as insurance.policy, Spring Boot binds the matching properties to fields in the policy property class. The max coverage property is bound to max coverage field and the default term years is bound to default term year field. Spring Boot also performs type conversion during this binding. For group application configuration, this is generally a cleaner and easier to maintain rather than using at-the-rate value annotation. The third approach is the Spring Environment API. The environment is useful when we need to access properties programmatically at the runtime. In this example, we inject environment through constructor and call getProperties to read the notification enabled value. We requested the value as a boolean and provide false as the default value. If the property is available, Spring returns its configured value. If not, then it will return false. This approach is useful when the property needs to access programmatically. So which approach should you use? If you need only few individual properties, use at-the-rate value annotation. It is simple and convenient. If you have a group of related configuration properties, at-the-rate configuration properties give you a structure and strongly typed configuration object. When you need programmatic access, go for environment approach. The important point is these approaches are not the replacement of each other. The right choice depends upon how the configuration is structured and how your application need to access it. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching Architect's Diary.